Dragons. Dragons are reptilian, cataclysmic powerhouses of magic and a force of personality pushed to its limit. These legendary creatures need no introduction. Their popularity is understandable considering how they look and what they represent.
And judging by how a lot of people draw them online, people want to do the kinkiest stuff possible with dragons.
God, you make Tiefling Melissa look like a prude. But yeah, we talking dragons today. The first thing you need to realize with involving dragons in your D&D games is that they should always be a challenge, homebrew setting or not. Dragons are born as super smart crocodiles that can fly and spit elemental fury. Even a worm straight out of the egg should be a challenge for the average adventuring party. And I mean, why can't humans be this competent when they're born? What's your excuse, little baby Nathan? Why can't you solve the quadratic formula and cast Cone of Cold out of the womb? God, you're a disappointment! Anyway, I would normally use dragons at every opportunity, but saving them for the campaign's big moments can be so satisfying. They need to have impact. Again, dragons should always be a daunting challenge to take on.
Oh, they can be a real challenge, but with enough lube anything is possible.
Tara, why are you like this?
Hey, don't blame me. You're the one that drew me this way.
Dragons in the Forgotten Realms are typically extremely intelligent, and all of them can have adventurers shit their pants in fear and run away due to their frightful presence. Dragons are usually rigidly slotted into specific personality types based on their scale color. Metallic dragons tend towards good, and chromatic dragons lean towards evil. I say tends to and leans towards just because even rules as written, dragons can vary in personality and can go counter to their stereotypes. Golden dragons can be nefarious, and red dragons can be amiable if the DM is creative enough to find a reason why. And gem dragons are, well, they're neutral and keep to themselves. They are self-centered, but that's not bad necessarily. They just prioritize whatever they have going on. Remember that dragons are characters. They are fully sentient, intelligent beings that can potentially live thousands of years. Every dragon that makes it past being a wormling should know the danger adventurers can present. There are so many legends, myths, and stories of the valiant knight slaying the dragon, taking their treasure, and going home happy with a maiden in their arms. Having the compulsion to hoard vast amounts of wealth and magic items and having a magical body where people will pay top dollar to harvest every single part of you means that to be a dragon is to live with a constant target on your back. And most dragons should know that. Sometimes their arrogance and egos get the better of them and get them into trouble, but more often than not, a roar and a breath weapon is enough to get the problem to go away. I also like to imagine that, like crocodiles, dragons never stop growing. They have no cap on their size. But of course, the older they get, the slower they grow. And I also personally like to imagine they are like Viltrumites from Invincible, where the older they get, the slower they age. Also, I want to throw this out there because most people get this wrong about white dragons specifically. White dragons get a lot of flack for being the most bestial and feral types of dragon kind, so most DMs just treat them like animals. But you don't get to be an ancient white dragon without some cunning and guile. Even the dumbest dragon probably has much more life experience than you, the average adventurer. Underestimating that dragon is the quickest way to end up in a graveyard. Think of white dragons as the barbarians of dragon kind. They have super high strength, they have super high con, everything else is dumped. But they still got the high strength and high con, don't underestimate them. It's also been on my bucket list for a long time to play a dragon-themed character. And fortunately, I have been given the opportunity thanks to my good buddy Connor over at Devils and Dice Rolls.
Oh, are we talking about me?
Yes we are.
Carry on. I love hearing you describe my assets.
Oops. I tricked you into making you listen to me talk about my self-indulgent OC. Sorry, I'm not sorry. Tuatara Windfury is a Draconic Ascendant monk. She does consider herself human, but she obviously can tell that there is some dragon in her bloodline. When creating her personality, I took in draconic traits that are stereotypical of a red dragon. Tara is vain and self-centered. She seeks above all else glory and fame. And hopefully, as she experiences the world around her, she learns to do heroic deeds for the sake of good, without expecting anything in return. At her worst, she is self-centered, she's inconsiderate, and she is greedy. Above all else, she wants gold and wealth, and she wants to be rewarded with glory and people to praise her. But if there is no glory or gold to be made, she won't lift a finger to help. But I also baked into her character traits that kind of counteract the draconic ones. At her best, she is heroic. Tara has strong ideals of what's right and wrong, and she tries to be a paragon for goodness in the world. She hates seeing innocent people get hurt, and hates seeing assholes thinking they can get away with doing evil deeds. She's also very determined. Tara has lofty aspirations for herself and her party. She wants what is best for everyone and will die trying to make sure she can make the world a better place than she left it. Above all else, she's just really friendly. If Tara was a dog, she would be a golden retriever. Tara will call complete strangers bestie and bro, girlfriend and boyfriend, and any other creative, overly familiar nicknames. Tara just loves people and loves socializing with anyone and everyone. I'm having a lot of fun playing this young, naive, shallow person who grows to become a heroic force of good. I find it compelling that despite the baked-in draconic traits, Tara will come to bat for the weak and innocent people of the multiverse. Ultimately, what she is doesn't matter as much as who she is.
That's so sweet. Glad we can agree I'm super awesome.
Watch it. Gotta keep that draconic ego in check.
Fine.
My point with draconic characters, whether you play a draconic race or a class, is that they come with themes baked into them. Tara's backstory came to me very quickly and very naturally when I was given the option to finally play her. Dragon-themed PCs make coming up with personalities and backstories super easy. Alright, I hear you. What if you want something to completely surprise your players? Everyone knows what a dragon is. What if you want to come up with something completely new and fresh, but still keep something that is thematically a dragon? A twist on the whole idea of a dragon? Well, I think I have something for you. And credit where credit is due. I'm stealing this idea from my good friend Monty Glue, which, by the way, you should go check out The Unexpectables. I'm a little bit biased, but I think the show's pretty cool. Anyway, Monty got the idea of this dragon from a dream she had. What if dragons weren't a diverse species of flying magical reptiles, but instead some sort of arcane disease? A magical affliction that transformed whatever living creature got it into a gargantuan monster. You aren't born a dragon. They aren't even created intentionally. It's a curse that is randomly caught. Let's call it the Curse of Scales. This affliction causes hardened scales, spikes, and sometimes wings to form on the dermis of any creature afflicted by the Curse of Scales. The creature becomes innately magical, harnessing an elemental breath weapon, and maybe learning relevant flavorful spells based on that element. Creatures affected by it grow exponentially in size, and their lifespans are sometimes tripled or quadrupled. It can affect animals, mortal races, and monsters alike. And besides the extreme physical changes, the Curse of Scales makes those afflicted exponentially more intelligent and also takes their personalities and pushes them to their extremes. A person who has anger management will become a bloodthirsty tyrant that tries killing everything it sees. A person who is charitable and kind will develop a martyr complex and will help others to the detriment of themselves. That is a dragon, and it is created by the Curse of Scales. And while the origins of the Curse of Scales is a complete mystery, everyone that knows about it knows that a dragon is a force to be reckoned with. I can think of so many campaign hooks about the mysterious nature of this affliction. Maybe a critical NPC is cursed and the party needs to help them or slay them. Maybe somebody in the party contracts the disease. The sky is the limit. Pretty cool, huh? Pretty cool idea, right? But what do you all think? This is a very stupid question to ask, I know, but do you like having dragons in your D&D games? Do you want to now thanks to this video? Well, let me know in the comments. And if any of you could do me a solid, let me know what other video topics you'd like to see me do in the future. Thank you so much for watching, good luck with those dice rolls, and take care.